With interference with the duties of a public servant, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, man. Okay.
On November 14th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a trespasser call at a business in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with a witness who stated the defendant was asked to leave the business but was refusing to leave. The officer walked over to the defendant and tried to inform her that if she refused to leave, she would be considered trespassing. The defendant would not listen and did not want to leave. The officer attempted to detain the defendant and place her in handcuffs, but the defendant kept pulling away, refusing to give the officer her hands. The defendant also braced her legs on the ground to prevent the officer from removing her, and the officer had to use a reasonable amount of force to place the defendant in handcuffs and remove her. The defendant braced her legs against the seat and door and prevented the officer from properly detaining her in the marked unit. And once in the unit, the defendant grabbed and pulled the officer's shirt, trying to pull herself out of the unit.
Okay, what store is this that she was in?
I have the address. I'll look to see if they have a store name listed.
Your Honor, ma'am, if I may speak.
Now's not the time. I mean, I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything that you say, they're going to use it against you to prove guilt. You'll get the opportunity, I promise. Just now's not that time. How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 30 years old.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I don't have a job. I'm disabled.
What's the nature of your disability?
I got cardiac web, a hematoma, deteriorating spine, hole in my heart, pulled ligaments, bilateral kidneys, asthma, cancer.
How do you support yourself?
Currently at this moment, I'm supposed to be receiving, I got my Social Security claim number, but they refused to give me my award letter. And also, I was currently supposed to be residing at Vermilion Apartments, and my contract, I guess, was switched.
I want to talk about the case. I just want to know how do you eat? How do you get money?
I don't.
I need you to fill out an application for me, and then I'll take a look to see if you qualify. As a condition of your bond, don't go back to this place.
It appears to be a housing facility.
Okay. Do not go back to this place, ma'am.
So I can't go back to Houston Housing Authority.
Whatever this place where they were trying to trespass you from, don't go back, ma'am. I'll provide you a lawyer today and we'll talk about how we go forward, but I don't want it to be more bad blood and I don't want you to go back to jail. If you go back, they don't want you there.
That's police brutality.
There's got to be some other reasonable way that we can work things out, and we'll try, but you got to give it time, let things cool down. If you go right back after this issue now, you're begging for trouble.
Well, my contract is supposed to be terminated on 11/30th, meaning I still have an active contract. So what am I supposed to be doing about that in regards to that? I mean, I have my paperwork to prove it.
I can't give you legal advice, but we'll have you talk to a lawyer and figure out how we go forward. Okay. For the time being, don't go back though.
Okay.
Please, because it's only begging for bad blood. Okay. Yeah. So I need you to fill out an application for me. I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria, and then we'll just have you take a seat while we find your lawyer. Okay. Please.
Invoke my constitutional and amendment rights as well as my civil and civil rights.
Computer remain silent. Yes, sir. No, sir. Okay.
Is there a problem?
I honestly feel threatened by this courtroom.
And this is not the circus.
I'm
This is not a playroom.
clown.
This is a court.
I'm
And
very coherent and competent.
no one says you were incompetent, but you have bond conditions that you're supposed to live up to. And we've given you so much as we've also given you a lawyer, and you're supposed to treat everyone here with respect. And when you don't, there's serious consequences.
What, is there a thing for self-representation? I know that is a third option as well.
Of course you can represent yourself. You can do open heart surgery on yourself too.
Well, I ask for fair representation in a speedy trial.
No one here does anything to hurt anyone. The only thing that we're concerned about here is public safety and that everybody gets treated fairly and with respect. That includes
life and safety against Harris County.
I don't know what to tell you about there, but you need to take that with whoever you feel threatened by. But
Harris County.
here, we need to protect everybody in Harris County.
Me and my children.
We've given you a lawyer. I want you to treat him with respect. And I want you to treat our clerks with respect, our bailiffs, and us. I'm not asking for much. The only condition I put on you now is to not go back to the location where you were allegedly trespassed from. They don't want you there. So that's why I'm telling you now, don't go back. That's the only condition that we have.
In regards to my housing, which is my documentation right here, that should be submitted into my file. My stuff is supposed to be terminated on the 30th of this month, which I had probable cause to actually go and speak with Gary Baxter in regards to my housing contract. I also emailed informal hearing before November the 1st and haven't got a response back. So I had every reason to be at Houston Housing Authority.
You may have had a right to be there, but at some point they're well within their right to say, look, we don't want you here anymore. You are creating a disturbance, so we would like you to leave.
Can y'all subpoena the cameras?
You can do whatever you want. You're going from here to here to here to here to here. Listen to what I'm saying and focus on this in the now. Don't start thinking of something in the future or something because you're not listening to what's happening now. You may have had a right to be there, but at some point you lost that because of the way you may have treated everyone, and then they didn't want you there anymore.
I'd like to file a hate crime against Harris County, the city of Houston.
Okay. You hear what I just said? What did I just say?
Oh, I can't go back to 2640 Fountain View Drive in regards to it being my property, but have an actual.
I believe so. It's the Houston Housing.
Yeah, the Houston Housing Authority have an actual reasons to be there.
That's not to say you may send them an email. You could send them a fax. I don't know if that would include calling. As far as trespassing is concerned.
I can look into it, Judge. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was wrongfully
They can
evicted.
have an issue if she calls over there. That I don't know.
Wrongfully
The notice here
terminated.
that is kind of the subject of this incident does give her multiple options: email, mail, fax, phone. And she did send those emails. She was,
I don't know now with them telling her they don't want her back. How does that play
if
into?
they haven't asked for a no contact order and there's no specific person, I would say.
Exactly.
Because she
No response back from my
she still has
emails.
not been, she lives in, she has housing assistance through the Houston Housing Authority, Judge. And it says her assistance will be terminated on the 30th. So I mean, this is where she lives of this month. So she's still got a couple more days to try to resolve whether she's gets to continue, having housing assistance.
The only other thing, it's what's your last name again?
Simmons-Irvin, ERVIN.
You're very passive aggressive in the way you come off.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm a victim of Harris County.
That may be well.
And so are my children screaming.
That may be well right, but in life, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. And when you go to these people and you act in such a manner that they think you may be threatening them, you're not going to get far.
It's
Listen,
retaliation.
are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, sometimes if you tuck your tail, you may get a lot more in life. I'll give you an example. I got pulled over months ago. I know I was in the right, but the officer came up and he goes, "Why did you stop? Why didn't you stop at that stop sign?" I know I stopped. May have been for a second or two. I told the officer, "Listen, Simmons," I told the officer, "Look, I'm sorry. It was an accident. I'm an idiot." He let me go. If I would have said to him, you a-hole, you're wrong. I didn't stop. I did what I was supposed to do. What do you think he would have done? He would have probably given me 5 tickets. But because I said, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. It was stupid for me to do that.
Well, when you're facing reverse psychology
You get more with honey.
and they try to provoke you,
So what? Who cares? Be the bigger person. You're still going to get more. That's life. That's maturity. And when you tuck your tail, sometimes you get so much more, even if you're in the right and they're in the wrong. Who gives a shit? Sometimes that's what you have to do.
I also understand the indirect language it is in the Harris County Handbook dated 2021. And anybody that threatens and harass me in it, I have every right to press charges.
Did you just hear anything that I just said?
I did. I understand. I won't be there, but I know that I had every right to be. So if I'm forced out on the
You
streets,
don't have every right to
it'd be
be.
because of the government.
You don't have every, I am telling you now, and I'm ordering you not to go back to this place.
I'm not going there, but I have every right to speak. So I guess I need to contact Washington or somebody in regards to my contract and things, because this is a government facility. And as it says your housing assistance will be terminated on 11/30/2024. I also have two different client numbers as well. One number is 582213 and another one is 251651. So I had every right in regards to speaking with Gary Baxter again, which is right here, Kenneth Coles, Gary Baxter. Also received an email to reinstate my housing, I guess, I don't know, from Gary Baxter in regards to all that. So I'm just confused, because if I'm forced out on the streets in regards to being homeless and they're trying to pass new laws, then just so hypothetically, of course, thrown back into Harris County against my will, where I was held for 6 months, which is a violation of my constitutional and amendment rights, then it's retaliation. Also, I was told to surrender my inheritance in the direct language while I was being attempted murder by Harris County.
Have you speak to Corey about everything. Just remember, be nice. You get a lot more when you're nice than when you start raising your voice and yelling.
I am a traumatized victim. So if y'all could please work with me in regards to that, because I am a victim of Harris County. I do have a VAWA, a Violence Against Women's Act. It is still in the residence portal and everything. Simmons Irvin.
If anyone ever treats you wrong, just tell me and I'll try to do what I can to help you out. In any way, any shape, form, fashion, whatever you know, I'll help you as much as I can. All you got to say is the word.
Also facing my children being, the child expliciting cases.
Okay.
So let's just focus on just signing your
So
bond condition.
I'm going to have you sign the conditions. We'll have you stay with Corey. Just be nice. Hopefully you'll get your housing back if you're nice. That's it. All right. Please.
When we were here last time, you ordered her to have the interlock installed on her vehicle. She is not driving the vehicle. It's not drivable. We just need to switch her to a portable.
Oh, no.
And no driver.
She has nothing. And it doesn't matter. We ordered you to have an interlock in a car. You haven't done anything and you're without any kind of devices whatsoever, right?
That was totaled and it's at my house right now. But I'm in a rental car that I'm not driving, so I don't have a car to put it in.
So you have no device.
That's correct.
You're not being monitored.
That's correct.
This is not a good thing, Ms. Lynch, because I ordered you to have a device. And from what I understand here, you never even went and got it.
Just because she doesn't have a vehicle to put it on.
But you come back and you say, hey, judge, I don't have a vehicle. I need to do something else. You just don't, out of sight, out of mind. That's not the way things work.
Judge, for that violation as well, we instructed her in court and sent a message for her to report to 49 following court to get further instruction over everything so that we could figure out things from there, and she never reported.
Stephen. Ms. Lynch, you haven't done anything. They've literally bent over backwards to help you and do stuff, and you haven't done anything.
I wanted to come in today.
The only reason you're here today is because I ordered you here
Yes,
today.
sir. Yes, sir.
She goes with you.
Yes, sir.
Emailed, texted, call, nothing. you know,
I understand. Would you consider setting her a new bond or do
of
you?
course, 5,001. And then, you know, if she's unable to, then what's today, Friday, Monday, then we can talk. Okay?
It makes you stop.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks. You, Miss Alasia Williams? Miss Williams, I'm sorry? Ma'am, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 14th, 2024, the officer observed the driver of a vehicle not wearing his seatbelt, and the traffic stop was initiated. The motor vehicle was occupied by a front right passenger, the defendant. The officer observed a strong odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle, and the driver stated there were no drugs or weapons in the motor vehicle. Prior to the motor vehicle search, the defendant stated she had a weapon inside the motor vehicle, and a search was conducted where the officer found a purse on the passenger seat containing a 9mm handgun and a bag containing a green leafy substance identified as marijuana based on training experience. The weight of the marijuana was 3.1 grams.
So there was a smell of,
There was an odor, yes, Your Honor.
so what happened with the driver?
I don't see a connected case for the driver, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, ma'am? What do you do for a living? I didn't hear you. What did she
She
say?
said a DJ, Your
Oh,
Honor.
you're a DJ. Okay. And where do you work?
I just like bookings, parties, events, weddings, family reunions.
Okay. No more marijuana, ma'am. As long as you can abide, then we'll be fine. How much money do you make a month, ma'am?
800
On average, what do you say? What do you think?
I call them in a week.
A month, on average. Are you able to afford a lawyer? You sure? Do you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am? It's okay. Let me give you a lawyer, okay? Just don't get in any trouble. Okay, all right. You might give me a lawyer, please, or an application. I need you to fill out an application for me. Fill it out. And then I'm gonna have you sign a receipt of Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we find your lawyer, ma'am, okay?
Thank you.
Please.
Seat
This
and door
is
and
the
prevented the
turning
officer from
point.
properly
When a
detaining her in
judge
the marked
says
unit.
danger to
And
the
once in the
public,
unit, the defendant
everything
grabbed and
changes.
pulled the officer's
Bond,
shirt, trying to
freedom,
pull herself out
and
of the unit.
future. This isn't about punishment anymore. It's about protection.
Okay.
Be
What
honest.
store is this?
Do
that
you
she
think
was
the
in?
judge went too far here or not far enough?
Judge, this is DWI PTI intervention. Ms. Harvey's been removed from the program. Harvey, yes, Judge.
I'm bringing him up.
Ms. Harvey?
Good morning, Mr. Horn. It's been a while.
I didn't know.
I was hoping you'd give me some good news.
Here we are, Judge.
Shh. What did she pick up? Don't. Stephen, do you have room back there?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, ma'am. You picked up a new case while you're on bond. We have one thing that we do when people pick up new cases, right? Have to revoke her bond. Sorry, ma'am. She goes with you.
Judge, if we could talk about it right now.
Sure.
Judge, we'd ask for a $500 bond. Judge, this is, she was on the program for, it looks like about 8 months. I don't know if there were any other violations. I just been on this case for 24 hours. But I know the new law violations triggering what we're triggering. But I believe she was in compliance on the DWI program she was in compliance up to this new law violation. So,
Is that right?
oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, she was, but now they've, so I'll set the bond at 2501. Okay, but understand it's now time to decide what we need to do.
That's great.
If she wanted to do something today,
Judge, I'm just retained. Let me get her bond
Sure.
out. Yeah, Judge, may I have 6 weeks?
oh, 6 weeks is, the max I'll give you, it's 520 days old.
Can't do
I'll
it.
give you 30, but at that time, and if she gets out, she needs to come here immediately for bond conditions because I'm putting an ankle monitor on her as far as like, what does she have now?
That's part of the program, Judge. So,
Do we need to redo bond conditions? Had?
She still has, Judge.
Has. Okay, she has to remain in compliance and you need to advise her that she got to remain in compliance with that. If that goes out, the bond is.
That's correct, Judge. I advise her upon initial consultation.
So here's the deal. She's going to auto-populate on Monday. Well, I bet she's gonna bond out.
Yes, Judge. Please.
So she'll be back here within the next 7 days. And then I guess we'll come back at that time, give you a little bit more time for you guys to decide what you want to do. But after that, it's plea or trial. Okay, Mr. Horn.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks.
To let you know, I didn't tell you earlier, there was a time.
Give me good news.
Joshua Jones.
Oh,
So he's here for a PTI violation. He has picked up new cases.
come up, Joshua Jones.
I was just gonna ask you if we could withdraw. He's nearly a year past due. He owes us over $2,000. We don't want to get on the new case. Allow him some time to hire an attorney that can handle.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's fine. And so I will have to appoint him someone, you know. Mr. Jones, let me express my disappointment with you. You were was he in the PTI program?
To my knowledge, he had a
Or
previous
to the
attorney.
intervention program for DWI, and now you've picked up another DWI. You're now face another 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney appointed if you cannot afford one.
Yes, Judge. On November 17th, 2024, an officer was dispatched to a person down call at the 15,000 block Intercontinental Road. And upon contact, the officer made contact with a witness who advised he observed the defendant to be asleep in the driver's seat of his motor vehicle. Despite the witness's attempts to wake the defendant did not wake up, and the witness turned the defendant's vehicle off in order to maintain his safety. The officer observed the defendant asleep in the driver's seat of the motor vehicle and also had unsuccessful attempts at waking up the defendant. When the defendant finally woke up after the officer made physical contact with him, the officer observed an unholstered black pistol in the driver's door and 2 half-consumed alcoholic beverages inside the truck.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Judge. And standard field sobriety tests were refused. DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath and blood. Blood was drawn due to the defendant being unable to give 2 breath samples.
Mr. Jones, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I am now finding that you're a complete and utter danger to the public, and I am taking away your privilege to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive, and I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is if I find that you drive. I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? Because of the nature of the case, because you have an open container, 2 open containers with the DWI, I'm now revoking both of your bonds and I'm going to set them at $25,000 each. Do you understand? He goes with you. I'll sign your motion to withdraw.
She's just staring
Come on around.
at the front. It was here on the case.
You, Zader Yanez.
Sir.
Mr. Yanez, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 14th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a theft at a Home Depot in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with the complainant. The complainant observed the defendants enter the store, they observed the defendant walk into the store, walk to a hardware department, and approach a high-dollar Milwaukee hammer drill. The defendant, Giannis, selected one drill off the shelf and proceeded walking around the hardware department. The defendant handed the drill to the co-defendant and both proceeded to the plumbing section. The defendant opened the drill box, removed the drill from the box, and helped conceal the drill into the co-defendant's purse. The defendant discarded the empty box and both proceeded towards the front of the store. Both defendants passed all points of sale without paying. The total was $199.
Okay. Mr. Yanez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any Home Depot whatsoever. Do you understand? If I find that you go, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. How old are you, sir? How old are you?
25.
What do you do for a living?
Distribution clerk.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
What kind of money you make?
What kind of money I'm making? 17 an hour.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take your seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. You're also not to have any contact with the co-defendant in this case. Do you understand? You violate any of these conditions, you pick up a new case, I'm going to keep you with me, and it's not going to go well for you. You understand? Okay. All right, come on.
Page 1, Adams.
How many bonds have we given or reinstated for Mr. Adams here?
So 3 in total, 1 GOP, 1 reinstatement,
And now he gets another PR bond?
oh, this one was issued with this last one.
Do you have a lawyer today, Mr. Adams?
No, sir.
Your case is 1,258 days old. It is time to put this baby to bed. Take a seat for me. Vic, do you mind appointing him a lawyer, please?
Okay.
We'll do something today.
Next up is page 2. Arvalo. Maryland.
Ms. Aravalo, you were charged. How old are you, ma'am?
20.
Ma'am, you're charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have already taken off on us 2 times. If it happens a 3rd time, you will stay with me. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
I'm going to appoint you one today and we will figure out where we go. Take a seat for me in the jury box, ma'am. Okay.
It's
It's a really old case.
yes,
I've told him it's time to put this baby to bed.
yes.
Is there an offer in this case?
Your Honor.
No,
How come after 1,258 days, there is no offer?
I'm hoping we can get a gun safety class and dismiss.
It appears that was
Come on,
probably-
Mr. Adams.
The delay is probably due to the missing dash cam that's still outstanding that we do not have.
I don't care.
Yes, Judge.
Get on it now.
Yes, Judge. Well,
Why on earth would we allow you to do this class where you get to dismiss this case when it's 1,258 days and you've repeatedly taken off? It's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer it. But I'm telling you now, I'm giving you 2 weeks to decide what to do with this case. The next time you come here, you will either accept a plea bargain agreement or I'm setting your case for trial. Do you understand? Not only that, I'm putting an ankle monitor on your ankle now so I know where you are at all times. Do you understand, Mr. Adams? And the next time you take off, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to have teeth falling out. Do you understand?
Judge, if I may, my client, shortly after this arrest, he lost his mother, and I believe it's the mother of one of his children.
No, my sister.
Sister. He fell on hard times. He was already, not well employed. And he's been through some rough times in his life in the past few years. He recently got a job working at a Chinese restaurant, and he has 3 children that he helps take care of. I'm not exactly sure when his last failure to appear was. It might have only been 1, but he hasn't been in trouble since this arrest, I think in 2021, right? So I asked the court to withhold from, giving him an ankle monitor. The state's also missing evidence here. If we can come back.
Last time we saw him was 3 years ago, Corey. So, I have sympathy in the fact that everybody has hard times, but your failure to appear on a repeated basis is a constant kick in the ding ding to us, and I'm not going to take it. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't know why your bond is not at 10,003, because that is what it really should be. Your bond is at 1,002, and it's way off of what it normally would be. Because I'm telling you, your bond should be 10,003, because that's what they're normally set with a person who has absconded as many times as you do now. You're lucky that you're not in custody as it is now. You understand? But at 1,258 days, I don't trust you. And so the only way I know that I'm going to keep tabs on you is with an ankle monitor. And like I said, the next time you take off, and it doesn't matter what the excuse is, the bond is going to go astronomical. Do you understand, Corey? I'm sorry, but if it were maybe 500, maybe 300, I would relent on not putting a monitor. But at 4 years or however long this case is, hell no.
I think that reflects his law abidingness, right? That he hasn't been in trouble, had any interactions with the police.
How do I know that?
Well, yes.
I don't know.
He hasn't been. He would have been in an orange jumpsuit, I guess. If
Not necessarily. I mean, we don't know how he's been out of county, out of state. Look, you're walking out of here now. You're getting 2 weeks to decide what to do. You're not going into custody now. So you're still walking out of here, but I'm putting a monitor on you. And I'm telling you something else that I should make you pay for it, where it would cost you around $400 to $500 a month, but I'm going to eat it. So there's no excuse. Do you understand, Ms. Adams? But you got to understand that in court, we hold people accountable. You may be able to live your life like this outside of the free world, but not in court. We will hold you accountable. And the next time, get ready. Take a seat. Thank you. Of course.
Judge,
Hey, expedite it, whatever you need to do to get that body cam.
Okay, a week or
2 weeks. 2 weeks, yeah.
Judge, for the conditions, I have some from the magistrate as well for remain in Harris County. Did you want to keep that?
No, I mean, I've got a monitor, so I know where he is,
So for all of the conditions, we have the GPS. Do you want that today?
right now.
And
Send him down now.
then any other conditions?
No,
firearms, weapons, ammunition,
that's it.
drugs and alcohol?
No, it's fine. Okay. All right, Corey.
Thank you. I almost made the joke.
Good morning.
Two new appointments.
Okay.
First, Miss Arevalo.
Okay, so that's Miss Araval in the back in the gray.
Yeah, I spoke.
P180? P180?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, just whatever you want.
Okay, yes, sir. And then
Just admonish her 3 strikes. She's already taken off twice. It's not gonna happen again.
Sandra.
Twice already.
Judge,
Yeah.
was that state's bond conditions or pre-trial?
No, I'm not gonna do just, yeah, I guess state conditions where don't engage in behavior. Do you mind filing that?
On Pedro.
Aravalo,
Yes.
no prostitution.
Yes.
And who else? Jen?
And Mr. Joshua Jones. So I believe you revoked him?
Yeah, he picked up another DWI. He was in the PTI program. I just put a whole host of conditions on him. We've now taken him into custody and just whatever you want. It's gonna take time.
Has a new bail been set on the?
Yeah, I set them both at 25.
Okay.
Yeah, for now. He's on bond for a DWI, picks up another DWI, passed out. He's got 2 open drinks in the car. He's drinking while he's actually driving. So, for now, and then we can always approach later on,
Gotcha. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, good morning. You are Stephen Clement.
Yes, Stephen Clement.
Mr. Clement. I wanted to let you know that you're not here alone. Your lawyer is here with you, but she's on Zoom.
Thank you.
You are wanted out of the state of Callaway, Kentucky, specifically for 2 counts of burglary in the 3rd degree of $500 or more, but under $10,000. Are you waiving formal extradition? Okay. We need you to sign the waiver, and then we will have Kentucky come pick you up.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Oh,
Thank you, Amy.
right.
Thank you, Ms. Elko.
Got right now. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. Have a great weekend. Okay. Yes, I saw that you guys have, oh, Maple.
Yes, Your Honor.
You as well, Judge. Thank you.
Take care. Or you want to do the plea now?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm ready when you are. Joshua Maple, come up. Mr. Maple, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're going to dismiss the unlawful carrying of a weapon in exchange for your plea on the DWI. You need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. It's important because if you ever get pulled over, an officer is going to look at your record. They're going to see a DWI. What do you think they're going to do to you if they smell alcohol or dope? Right. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? So if I were you, I would never get in a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a toke off a joint, whatever it may be, because you're taking a humongous risk. For $20, you click one button, you can have a car taking you perhaps $30. Anywhere you want to go, it's a geographical oddity why it's always $25 to $30 with Uber. Do you understand? Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. It's a lifetime decision. Is this what you want to do? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1. There is a surcharge that you will be required to pay for this case.
I want to put on some testimony concerning the surcharge.
Okay.
Mr. Maple, where are you currently employed?
With my uncle. Working with him.
What do you do?
Look at houses, remodel them, and fix up houses.
How much do you generally make a month?
1,500.
Okay. Yeah, but I take it you have to pay for somewhere to live, correct?
Yeah.
You have to pay for a vehicle, insurance, cell phone, food.
Yes.
When your monthly bills and expenses are paid, does it pretty much equal what you make, the $1,500 you make each month? Can you speak up?
Yes.
And would you be unable to pay a $3,000 surcharge based on your financial situation?
No.
Past witness.
Why on earth would we bend over backwards to help you when you don't give a rat's behind about this case? You have taken off 4 different times. You have failed to appear in this court for court settings. Why on earth have you taken off 4 times? What? So you just don't care about us and work is more important than court, huh? Actions speak louder than words, Mr. Maple, but you have taken off 4 different times. You are lucky that you are not in jail right now as it is. So why on earth would we help you when you don't even want to help yourself? Why?
Just trying to better myself. I should have listened to my gut and come here.
How much do you really make a month, Mr. Maple?
1,500 a month.
Who do you live with?
My dad,
Who are you here with now?
just the lawyer.
I don't know. You know, it's
Young kid, nope. Working, not a troublemaker, just.
here's my problem, Mr. Maple. My problem is that you've taken off on us over and over and over and over. Today, you're walking out of here and nothing is happening to you. My experience is that when we are too easy on people, they don't get the message and they act like a bonehead out there in the free world. And then they end up either picking up a new DWI or doing something else that's even worse. How do I know that you've learned anything about this? Because like I said, with how bad you've acted with us over the course of the last 7 months, you're skating out of here with a proverbial slap on the wrist. How do I know that you have learned anything, Mr. Maple?
Because I got my big brother looking over me and I gotta do better.
Here's what we're going to do. I will take off the $3,000 surcharge, but you will be required to pay the court costs in this case, for which are around $500. And I'm going to tell you now, if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit in jail for 1 day. So you'll be required to pay for something. And if you don't pay it, your butt will sit in jail for almost a week. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you now, the next time you come back, if you come back with the DWI, it's around $6,000 in surcharges, not to mention court costs. So you can look forward to around $7,000 in fines and fees. If you want to drink, if you want to get loaded, if you want to smoke, find another way. Do you understand? Because if you come back, it will be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm suspending your license for 180 days. You are not allowed to drive at all. If you drive, that in and of itself is a Class B misdemeanor, just like a DWI, a driving on a suspended license case. Heed this warning. There won't be another one. Do you understand? All right.
Your Honor, any previous suspension from this incident, would it run concurrent?
Really? Really? No. No, there has to be some kind of consequence, man. Really, taking off 4 times? I'm taking off 3,000 now, and he wants me to. I love you. Go. So 180 and then just the court costs. So only CC, yeah, the 3,000. You, Ruben Alejandro Alonso Herrera.
Yes, Judge.
So you're charged with failure to comply with duty, striking an unattended vehicle. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
The officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a failure to stop and give information. The complainant reported that his brother was standing outside when he heard a loud bang and saw a silver car striking the complainant's car, which had been parked in the street. The complainant and his brother immediately began pursuing the vehicle and observed it parked in front of a residence down the street. The complainant took photos of the defendant exiting the vehicle and going into the residence. When officers asked whether the defendant remembered striking the complainant's vehicle, the defendant stated, "I probably scraped by it, but nothing at all. It was dark out."
What's the value?
Let's see, Your Honor. Approximately $1,500.
Judge, I don't think a RIP has been done, so there's no estimate. We don't know who.
Yeah, I get it, but at least it needs to be over $200. That's why. Mr. Alonso Herrera, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Yes, sir.
You have valid liability insurance in your name.
No, Judge.
Then you're not allowed to drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond until you have liability insurance and show us that you have liability insurance. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you're not to drive. I don't care where you're going. I don't care what you're doing. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me that you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, it's possible that I have a contempt hearing. And every time they prove to me that you're driving a vehicle, you can be facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Now you have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance, but it's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Adroga, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes,
Pick
sir.
up a new case, violate any conditions. Likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, sir. All right, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive. I'll get you the Victoria sign and reset, and then you guys are good to go.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Judge, page 1.
This line right here is classic courtroom reality. Yes, you can represent yourself, but should you? Judges see this all the time, and it almost never ends well. Confidence doesn't equal competence in court. Do you think representing yourself is brave or risky?
Have a very common name, and there are a gajillion Francisco Martinez's out there. There's an unfortunately, there is someone wanted in that jurisdiction that has your name. And you see now that you've been wrongly arrested, you're going to be released today. The fear is that this continues to happen. So I don't know, there are methods out there. And Mr. Kim, you say there's a letter that he can get.
Yes.
What we're going to do is, I cannot give you legal advice, but I'm going to have your lawyer that we've appointed to represent you tell you how you can take care of this so that it doesn't happen again. So we're going to process you out. You should be out within hopefully the next 4 to 6 hours. Ricardo will tell you how to go about getting a letter so that this doesn't happen again. Do you have any questions? Did you want to add anything, Ricardo?
What's there to say, Judge? It's just a bad situation. This man was arrested for this, it's not even, not a good situation.
Yeah, I mean, mistakes have been made, and I don't know, I guess the arresting officer, I don't understand why they wouldn't do just a little bit deeper.
Few agencies that's truly 24/7 is that they can only confirm by teletype for whatever the fugitive division is. And so with it, it's most commonly name and date of birth, and statistically that should narrow it down, but it's just, I mean, because you can't take, or you can't send.
Have mobile apices?
For that when they get processed in, but that only brings them in for, again, the same name and date of birth, but you can't trade mugshots with the demanding jurisdiction. Because the teletypes can't support images. And so ultimately it's only what the text is, and that text is the name and date of birth. So.
And on that sense, Judge, would be, his fingerprint goes with.
That's what and that's why I was, they've got these mobile apices that.
The mobile thing where they could just test him and see if it's his prints or not.
Sure, but the majority of warrants, the way they're sent by teletype, again, a thumbprint can't be imaged in a teletype.
I got you.
So even if, so yes, there is a thumbprint, but there's no way to.
The thumbprint should be able to verify who this person is, whether they have the correct date of birth.
But
mugshots.
But that only corresponds to the warrant for the demanding jurisdiction if they have something to match it against. So that's the issue is, yes, it can pull it up on our side, but it's the same way even for our parole violations is they can't check on scene, especially at 1 a.m. That's why we're the second check, is that we're able to verify if there's a thumbprint, mugshot, etc.
You're going to be released here momentarily. I'll have Ricardo tell you how to take the next steps though, okay? All right, good luck, Mr. Martinez. Thank you.
I think we still need to approach on a different one from Mr. Diaz, we'll approach soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna just call their main line since the sergeant's not getting back to me. It's like, I'll find it.
Good morning. I have a case that's on tomorrow's docket, but he had felony court this morning out of the same transaction. Can I give you the cause number?
Sure.
254506.
I need one more number.
0.
Eaton?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind bringing them up? We're doing an arraignment. You got it? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Eaton. Sir, you were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can.
24, the officer was dispatched to an apartment in Harris County, Texas in regard to a theft in progress. Another officer called out on air that he was in pursuit of a black Cadillac inside the complex. The officer noticed the defendant's vehicle, the black Cadillac, drive in front of him as the officer entered the complex. The officer made a U-turn, aligned himself with the vehicle, and pulled his firearm for a felony stop. The officer gave commands for the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, to step out of the vehicle and remove co-defendants from the vehicle as well. The officer made contact with the complainant. The first complainant stated he parked his motor vehicle in the complex around 8 p.m. with the tires and windows intact, got called by the officer around 2 a.m. and noticed his front right window damaged and all 4 tires damaged. The officer made contact with a second complainant who stated she was asleep when the officer contacted her via her cell phone. She walked to her vehicle and said the tires were worth $1,000. The officer located a black Glock in the back left floorboard of the defendant's vehicle in plain view without a holster, which came back stolen once the serial number was run. The defendant's vehicle was inventoried and the officer located 2 of the second complainant's tires in the back left passenger seat.
So he was pulled over in a Cadillac.
In the black Cadillac, correct.
The Cadillac was stolen or was not
It
stolen?
was.
Is that his Cadillac?
It was his Cadillac, Your Honor, and
in the Cadillac, there's in the backseat 2 tires.
2 tires belonging to the second complainant.
And then this gun.
And the gun, Your Honor.
The gun stolen. Where was the gun?
The gun was on the back left floorboard of his vehicle.
Was he with anyone else or was he alone?
There were co-defendants as well in the vehicle.
Where were the co-defendants?
Let me see.
And did you say that he's the driver?
Yes, the defendant's the
There were
driver.
3 co-defendants, Judge.
Yes, the
Okay.
defendant was the driver of the Cadillac.
And you have a stolen gun that's in the back left, you said?
Yes, the
Left back seat forward, Judge.
Okay, where are the other co-defendants?
so I'm trying to find in the DIMS,
Take
Your
your, no
Honor.
rush, take your time.
Front passenger, 1 passenger in the back seat. The offense report reports that my client was asked to exit first. He exited backwards as procedure, and the other 2 co-defendants remained in the vehicle. And so I saw no objective, any kind of furtive movements, any articulation of facts that would link the gun to my client other than.
Well, that's what
as we-
I mean,
right.
are you,
It was in his car, which was under his control, and he's engaged in obviously other criminal activity, Judge. I think that's what.
sure, but is there a co-defendant that's sitting in right there in the left rear seat?
On the left rear seat were 2 tires, is what it seems like.
Oh, I forgot about the tires.
Yeah.
So there's a right passenger and a
Right front passenger.
Yes.
Yes.
It would
And the
make
gun
sense.
is found under the seat of the driver.
Yes.
It would make sense that the backseat passenger wouldn't put the gun, see if he would put the gun where the tires are. You wouldn't expect to see a driver somehow reach all the way to a passenger side. of
No,
the
but I mean,
vehicle.
sometimes you've got it under your seat and then when you're moving, then the gun slides in the back. That's why I was curious as to whether there was someone sitting in the back left, but you've got tires in the back left. Okay.
Slide all the way to the, if there's, my client was out of the vehicle with the other vehicle, the other co-defendants remaining in the vehicle. So there's no actual care, custody, or control articulated in this fact pattern. We're asking for.
Yeah, I get it. I was curious because I wanted to make sure. I think now that there's enough probable cause to go forward, Mr. Eaton. I am going to find there is probable cause, and I'm going to order you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with the co-defendants in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are you?
19.
You're 19 years old. It's not a good start in the street. You know, life is very, very difficult. Being a young Black man in today's society is just even more difficult. And when you tack on all this stuff, does this help or does this hurt? I don't want you smoking any dope. I don't want you using any alcohol. If you don't have a license, do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
The other two, I'm assuming were arrested as well or no? Mr. Locklear, are there co-defendants or are there no
Yes, there
co-defendants?
are on the felony cases.
There are other co-defendants. Okay, I don't want you to have contact with these people. I don't want you to hang around with them. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
What other, did they give him any other conditions upstairs, Mr. Locklear? Like curfew or anything like that?
No, Your Honor.
No. What are you doing with yourself these days?
I go to work. That's it.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
Good. That's a start. You got to find something in this life to do. You ain't got no money. It's going to be a miserable life. This life is a journey. It can be a great journey where you travel, buy great things, fancy cars, fancy vacations, or it can be a rotten toilet of an existence where you're in and out of jail, no money, begging on the street. Don't fall into this life. It's not a good one. I'm not going to put a monitor on him. I'm not going to put you on any kind of curfew now, but I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Eaton, I'm going to test you within the next 2 months. If you test positive for marijuana, you test positive for alcohol or dope, I'm going to lock you up. And I'm going to tell you now, no more PR bonds. I'm going to keep my streets safe at all costs. And I don't care who you have here with you. You become a problem, I'm just going to lock you up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You must obtain and have a full-time job while you're on bond in this court. No alcohol, drugs, random testing, no weapons, no contact with co-defendants. Could you run his license, see if he has a license, Alex, please?
It's eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, you have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Locklear, and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're AWOL and you're playing games, I'll issue a warrant. Do you understand? You're skirting very thin ice. That ice cracks, your butt's gonna freeze. Do you understand? All right. Your case is 361 days old, and I'm giving you 2 weeks to have a lawyer. And when you come back, we're going to set your case for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you ever take off on me again, I'm going to triple, if not maybe quadruple your bond. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No alcohol, no drugs. I'm ready to set this case for trial. You've taken off on us repeatedly. Your case is 361 days old. We set cases for trial at 180 days. Have a lawyer when you come back, because the next setting, I'm telling you what's going to happen. Do you understand? You see if he has a Texas driver license. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you have a baby that's born and you got to rush to the hospital. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, Judge.
So Felicia, normal bond conditions, please. And then Vic, 2 weeks. And next plea is trial or plea. Next setting. Come on. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Officers were dispatched to a Holiday Inn in Harris County, Texas, in response to a disturbance. The caller reported that 2 white males left the property, one in an F-150 and one in a Mitsubishi. When the officer arrived, he observed the Mitsubishi, which matched the description given in the parking lot, headed towards a nearby road. The officer initiated a traffic stop and made contact with the driver, the defendant. The officer asked the defendant if he was involved in a physical disturbance, and the defendant stated yes, that him and another individual got into a physical fight, and that he got into his car to separate himself and calm down. The defendant stated he was heading towards a gas station when he was stopped by the officer. While speaking to the defendant, the officer observed an odor of alcoholic beverage, glossy eyes, and slurred speech. The defendant admitted to drinking 2 beers, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 0 out of 8, one leg stand 0 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.103 and 0.113.
And the stop was for what?
They had a call about a disturbance, and the vehicle he was in matched the description given by the caller about individuals involved in that disturbance, and they pulled the vehicle over to inquire about that disturbance.
How do we know it has anything to do with him?
They
Just a
provided.
vehicle. What's going on? What's the disturbance?
What we have is that in regard to that disturbance, they were given a specific description of the vehicle, and he was asked about it, and he admitted to being involved in that disturbance when the officer encountered the vehicle.
I'm going to find probable cause for now, Mr. Curtis. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. Can you run his license, please? See if he has a valid license. What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a contractor. I'm
What
trying
kind
to
of
actually start my own business.
Do you have an income right now?
Yes, sir.
What kind of income do you make a month?
It just really depends. Right now, work's slow, so I've been raking leaves, trying to get anything I can to make the bills. I have 3 kids, my own house, and I'm a pregnant wife, sometimes provide.
I'm going to apply for an appointed lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And give him an application. I'm going to give you an application. I'm going to have you talk to someone today. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria.
He's eligible, Your Honor.
Don't drive unless you have insurance as well, car insurance. I'm making it a condition of your bond. Don't consume alcohol. Don't consume illegal drugs, and you'll be fine with us.
Yes, sir.
Don't be a danger to my public. All right, come on. Ms. DeLeon, you were charged with failure to stop and give information. Yes. Don't say anything. All I'm telling you is what you're charged with. We have to do probable cause. I want to know what happened with the case to see whether we go forward or not. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Do you understand what's going on? Okay.
Yes, Judge. The officer was dispatched to a crash in Harris County, Texas, and upon arrival, the defendant was blocked in a parking spot by the complainant. The complainant told the officer that she was driving when the defendant attempted to pass her and struck her vehicle. The defendant initially stopped, but when the complainant approached her, the defendant drove away without providing information. The defendant could not drive far due to traffic and turned into a nearby parking lot. The complainant followed and honked her horn at the defendant, trying to get her to stop. The defendant refused and nearly hit another vehicle while trying to get away from the complainant. The officer observed multiple other places that the defendant could have stopped to exchange information before the location. The complainant approximated damages at $2,000.
Okay. Ms. DeLeon, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you see if she has a valid Texas driver's license, please?
It's eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. Do not drive unless you have car insurance, ma'am. I'm making that a condition of your bond. Do you understand?
I do have insurance.
Okay. What do you do for a living, ma'am?
I'm not working right now.
Would you like a lawyer then?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Let me see if I need you to fill out an application for me, and then I'll see whether you qualify. Assuming you do, we'll provide you a lawyer today. Okay, ma'am?
Sorry.
Mr. Glenn, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to 6 months, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. The officer was dispatched to a minor crash on metro tracks, and when the officer arrived, they observed the defendant stumbling, yelling at other officers, making unclear statements, and acting incoherently. The officers believe the defendant may have been intoxicated due to bloodshot, glassy eyes and slurred speech. and the defendant was initially detained for DWI investigation, however, was transported to the hospital due to not being able to stand on his own. During a vehicle inventory, the officers located a firearm on the left side of the driver's seat, unholstered.
Where was it again?
It was on the left side of the driver's seat, unholstered.
So what happened with the DWI? Are they going to file it?
DWI was not filed, Your Honor.
Mr. Glenn, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run his license, please?
Yes, Judge.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Your Honor is not eligible.
You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. Mr. Glenn, I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 kids. If you don't have a license and car insurance, do not drive. Go to DPS, find out what you needed to do, get your license, get it back, and I'll take this off. But until this point, if I find that you drive, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand? We are going to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'll have you meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then you'll be headed out there. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir. Please. All right, come on. Sir, you were charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The officers were dispatched to a disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with the defendant and a witness, the defendant's boyfriend. The officers observed the defendant to be highly intoxicated, and the officer tried to ask the witness what happened, and the defendant continuously interrupted and would not allow the witness to speak to the officer. The officer then temporarily detained the defendant, and the witness stated that he and the defendant were eating dinner with the witness's friend, the complainant. The defendant began to get hostile towards the witness and the complainant during dinner, and the complainant decided to leave and go home. The complainant lives 2 streets over from the witness. After the complainant left, the defendant took the witness's keys to his vehicle and stated, "I'm going to find that bitch and teach that old bitch a lesson." The witness then called the complainant to tell her what the defendant said, and the complainant was afraid and then told her neighbor about the threat in case something happened. The defendant then called the witness 5 times in 3 minutes and texted her, "Outside your house, bitch." The complainant was in fear for her life due to the defendant's statements.
So the initial threat is just like an open threat, not made to.
It was correct. It was said to the witness, but then later he texted the complainant directly stating that he was outside her house.
Let me see. Hello? Okay. Which one is it? Yeah. Just text. Yeah, text me the number. Wait, and then I'll do it. All right, thanks. All right, for now, Mr. Martinez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. You know, in life, there are people, when they consume alcohol, they turn into like very jovial, fun, you know, and then there are people who develop horns and a tail when they start drinking. Don't drink. Do you understand? I'm making it a condition of your bond that you're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And if I find that you do, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? No more PR bonds for you. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand your bond conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are you, sir? Do you have an income? What do you do for a living?
I manage the inventory for PetSmart.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir?
It depends. I mean,
what kind of money do you make a month?
It fluctuates. It's not really like, I don't know. that my checks go up and down depending on how many hours we work.
I need to know exactly how much you make if you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. So I can send you home with an application if you'd like. You can fill one out here, but I need to know exactly how much money you want to make. Otherwise, you'll be required to go hire a lawyer. So look, what do you want to try to apply for a lawyer, or do you want to go out and hire a lawyer?
I could apply for one. I don't know.
Okay, I need you to be honest on the application. This is an affidavit that you're filling out. So be honest. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have in the bank, what kind of car you drive, stocks.
I have a car. I don't drive.
Just what I'm telling you is I need to know everything about you, how much money you have in the bank, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, information of this nature, and then I'll see whether you qualify, okay? Stephen will give you an application. They'll have you sign a reset. You're going to meet with Fleischer if your bond conditions, and then we'll take a look at the application. Please.
All right, Judge, next is page 13. Moreland, come on up.
Judge, are we on Moreland now? How are you? John Landers. Pleasure to see you.
Been a while.
It has been. It's been a couple years, actually.
What's new, man?
Not much. I was wondering, could we hold off on PC? I want the DA's office to speak with the complainant because there's a no contact current bond order. And I spoke to the complainant this morning and he would like that lifted. This is a family violence assault.
I'm happy to do it now. But the only thing I need is them to verify.
I want them to verify first. I've given them the cell phone number. Mr. Scott is the DA on the case. He's got it now.
We got to do PC today, though.
I agree. Can I just
do a little bit later? I'm happy to do it.
Sir,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Of course.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So just take a seat. Do not leave, man. Okay. All right. So just let me know when you're ready.
While we're here, can I know that you have the YouTube channel.
I'm not YouTubing anymore. I live stream like I do before, but I don't.
Professionalize. She's worried about,
I don't YouTube per se, but I live stream. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On December 7th, 2024, officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle. After observing it failed to maintain a single lane, swerved between multiple lanes, and almost struck the officer's vehicle. The defendant was a driver and sole occupant of the motor vehicle, and upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, bloodshot red eyes. The defendant appeared confused, and the defendant had trouble standing up straight and was swaying while standing. Standard field sobriety tests were performed. HGN 5 out of 6, walk and turn 6 out of 8, one leg stand 4 out of 4. The DIC was read, but the defendant refused, and a blood search warrant was drawn and executed.
Ready to be honest? Okay, if you
No,
can,
Your Honor.
NCIC license.
Eligible.
Okay. Mr. Chaconis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, into jail you will go. Tell me, are you in this country with permission or no?
Excuse me?
You were in ICE custody, correct?
Correct.
You've bonded out of that ICE custody. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Not anymore.
How do you, that's my question, Alex, because
I'll rerun it.
how?
I don't know. Yeah.
If you don't have a license, don't drive. I am making it a condition of your bond. Unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And it's still showing eligible on our end.
I don't know. So, it's your responsibility to go to DPS and find out if it's still valid or not. If it's not, don't drive.
Okay.
Also, don't consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You've got a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with counsel. If they come back, if they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you've flown the coop, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Okay.
If you pick up a new case, likewise, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Just be good. That's it. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you get with Fleischer Bank and Jesse Joe Proctor. Mr. Proctor, you're charged with terroristic threat. It's a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On November 7th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a burglary of a residence in progress. Upon arrival, the defendant was found standing in front of the complainant, the defendant's ex-girlfriend, and the defendant had been sending threatening text messages to the complainant stating someone was going to die tonight and that it would be the complainant and her mother. The defendant further stated he would be taking his gun to the complainant's house, and the officer observed the text messages and confirmed the defendant sent them. The defendant also advised the officers that he sent the messages to get the complainant's attention. The complainant stated the defendant had attempted to gain entry into her home, and the complainant stated she feared for her life and would like to pursue charges.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Now it's a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person. Do you understand? I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public. If I find that you are a danger to my public, I'm just going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond high. Do you understand? I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're a small farm animal. You endanger my community. It's over. You're not to be in possession of weapons and not to go within 500 feet of where she lives or where she works. Can you do me a favor?
Yes, Judge.
Right now, while we have him here, reach out to see if there's still been any more issues. Because if there is, I'm tempted to put a monitor on him so we know that he's not going anywhere near her, please.
Yes, Judge, because we reached out on the 15th of November, and at that time, the complainant stated she was fine with contact and that she did not believe the defendant would harm her. So she's fine with contact as of November 15th. We can reach out again if you would like us to.
Please.
Yes, Judge.
Right here is where a lot of defendants don't realize the gravity of the moment. Interference with a public servant may sound minor, but resisting even verbally or physically can instantly escalate a situation. Let me ask you this. At this point, would you stay silent or try to explain yourself to the judge?
Approach. I appreciate that. Mr. Dakota Curtis, Judge, you've given bond conditions. These are come up in bond conditions. And so conditions of this was that he consent, like he called, do the call basically for drug use, Judge. He lives in Tarrant County in Fort Worth. And he actually takes a drug test up there for his probation up there. Judge.
He's on probation?
Not there, he's on probation, Judge. And it's out of there.
He's on
for a assault case, Judge, up there, Judge.
Felony or misdemeanor?
It's a felony.
And so he gets drug tested up there, Judge, and he could go to a lab up there. He just, he's having problems with call in.
Okay, what I'm going to do is that he's still going to have to abide by the conditions.
Judge.
If he gets called to do a drug test, he's going to have to go to a Quest Diagnostics drug test. And then come up. Where is he? Come up.
He's willing to do that, absolutely, Judge.
So the last name is Dakota?
Yes. Judge Curtis's last name is a C, Judge. Curtis. First name is Dakota, Your Honor.
Is Quest a facility?
So he's on probation for a felony assault and now he's picked up a DWI?
Yes, Judge.
Where he passed most of the field spray tests, I believe.
Mr. Curtis, I would be wary and I would be very careful because it's very possible that when they learn that you've picked up this DWI, they may very well revoke your bond. Or if you're on probation, issue a warrant and try to revoke your probation. And, if you're a third degree or higher, you're looking at a ton of time in prison. Don't use alcohol or dope. Do you understand? If I find that you're using, I don't care where you are, I don't care what you're doing, I'm going to just put you in. Do you understand?
Sir.
If you get called upon to test, you must go to Quest Diagnostics, get the report to Mr. Stryker and he'll get it to me. If you don't, I'm going to revoke your bond.
Sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
It is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. And I'm not going to accept this. I got this and that. I don't care. I'm going to keep my street safe at all costs. And if that means throw you in there, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead, take a seat.
Appreciate that.
What do we do with the person who continues to smoke, Anna?
Well,
Ball to
Judge,
your court.
yeah, I'm guessing he tested positive today.
Yes, and I did get a chance to review all of the previous tests that have been not confirmed. The only two that haven't have been the most recent two. So on his first test, it was above 2,000 in our measurement scale. And it started to lower for the next The next one after that, down to 125. It went up again on the 19th of December to around 350. And then we have a high jump on the 27th of December where it goes back almost up to 2,000 as well. And then it started lowering, or it got really low on the 23rd. Then the 27th it jumped up high again.
He's still smoking.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, Judge, if I may,
Sure.
the THC, it's sticky and it sticks to fat. And so it doesn't, it can lower in the urine, but because it's in the fat, when it gets released from the fat, it gets into the urine. So I don't.
Are you saying that he's overweight? Is that what you're saying, Anna?
No, I'm just, all people have fat, and as your body burns it, it doesn't burn consistently, and it's not stored in the fat consistently.
You're killing me. You're killing me. I mean, homeboy's been smoking the whole time since November. We are now in January. He's still testing positive for marijuana.
Okay, and do those numbers, is it THC or does it include the metabolites as well?
That's a question I do not know.
Anna.
Okay.
I think that we've given him a sufficient amount of time for him to not test positive. It's been at least 60 days.
It hasn't been 60 days.
He got arrested November 26th. We're now January 2nd.
Okay, so it's a little over a month. Right, because 60 days from the 26th would be January 26th.
– 45 days would be December 11th. Anna.
He was arrested on the 9th.
He's arrested on the 27th, November 27th, right?
So 30 days would be
So
December.
30 days will be what, December 27th?
Yeah.
Hold on a second, let me see, when was the actual day? No, sorry, we gave him a GOB on 11/19.
Okay.
So he comes to court his first time on the 26th.
Okay.
That's when we do the first day. So December 26th would be what, 30?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 37. So it's been 37. All right, I'll give you another week. You got a week. Okay.
Okay. We'll
All right.
see you on Monday, Judge.
I hope you're not using. I'm gonna give you as much time to give you the benefit of the doubt, Mr. Hunter. Don't use. You understand? Okay, man.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. We'll see you Monday.
All right.
May I be excused?
See ya.